Hello, hello.
Hey, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to podcast number 1 for the year 2020, a new decade. This is, I think, when we really take off, right?
Hopefully.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Hopefully. You know, we have a whole new business strategy here in mind that Taro's going to adopt with this first episode. So for you guys who are watching us now, you guys were with us on the ground floor. On my left is Mr. James McKeown of No Braking Podcast.
One of these days you'll get his name right.
I got
One
it.
of them.
McKeown.
Sam, one day.
McKeown.
One day you'll
day.
get it.
Okay, well, it's James M, and you call him Mr. M. And
We'll just call him M, like
Mr.
007.
C, you
Yeah,
know,
like James Wan.
Oh, yeah, he's our M. Oh, well, yeah, or kind of our Q. You know?
Our Q,
Or you're our Q with all that stuff. But anyways, No Braking podcast almost every week, yeah?
Yeah.
And to my right is Taro Koki, who is the Mr. GT channel, and he's the one who
Hey, everyone.
has come up with the big plan.
Hello to all 19 of you guys listening to us right now. Thank
Oh,
you very
really?
much.
Okay, that's not
Oh,
bad.
We got
That's not
19
bad.
already.
That's not bad, without any promotion or anything whatsoever. So
out of
once
nowhere. We
you
went live.
start
Start
promoting,
getting that promotion.
we better get on the promotion, Taro. So anyways, well, we had a good winter break. Did you guys do anything during the winter break?
My winter break was just nice and easy, just relaxed
Nothing?
most of it, yeah.
How about you, Taro?
I stayed in town.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I stayed in town, just hung out, did a lot of surfing, hit some local car events, but besides that.
Well, you know who had a very, very interesting winter break, and this is the first thing we're going to go into now.
Let's go right into it.
Yeah.
Took a little
before
vacation.
we do the cars,
Took a little vacation, right? He went traveling.
he certainly did go traveling, that's for sure. We're going to do this out of order now, but if you guys haven't heard, former Nissan boss, Renault president, president of Mitsubishi, pretty much, I would think maybe at that, last, before he got caught, Carlos Ghosn could have been one of the most powerful figures in the automotive industry.
Yes.
And
Without a doubt.
and I've heard from way back when that he's one thing he was always kind of complaining about is he wasn't paid like a GM CEO or Ford CEO, which was true. Like a GM CEO with everything included. I mean, they can make up to $30 to $35 million a year, and constant
That's
bodyguards.
almost Sam Matani money, right,
Getting
Tara?
there, getting there. Yeah, getting there. But Carlos himself, he was still making, I think, in the 22, 23 million. But, when you think about it, you go, wow, that's a lot. But when you think about it, that's $10 million. He's,
But wasn't he getting paid as Renault CEO too? Because he was
No,
both,
this is everything. Yeah, of
right?
course.
Because he was in Renault and
Yeah, well, he's
Nissan.
the, yeah.
I wonder how busy his email inbox was.
Probably.
And then how would
Probably not that much because he was all, like I have you guys doing all my little.
I was going to ask, do you
Right.
think he'd set up his own filters within Outlook to flag different colors for different companies and where his emails would come through?
That's true, huh? I mean, well,
I have no
maybe
idea.
some come in English, some come in French. Maybe he does it by language. I mean, the guy speaks many languages
Yep.
pretty fluently. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but I actually met him a couple times. So one time I met him in the Nissan, his presidential office, where it was just me, car and drivers Chabacheta, a former editor-in-chief Chabacheta. So it was a while back. And yeah, it was just us three. We had a nice discussion. And
Were you smoking cigars at the time?
No, we were not. No. I think it was still no smoking policy over there in
I
Japan.
saw
but-
him in Roppongi once.
Smoking
Really?
cigars?
Smoking cigars.
He wasn't. He
Was
was.
he smoking cigars with
He was
Sam?
with his wife.
Okay.
It was probably his previous
Previous
wife.
wife, yeah, because this was like more than 10 years ago. And we were at this little place called the Pizza Kaya. A bunch of, I think some people know this. I don't know if it's still there, but it was like a pizza place, like an izakaya place.
I didn't know it was a pizza
and
place,
I
Tara.
saw him there. I was like, oh, dude, that's Carlos Ghosn. No one else, knew him at the time. But I recognized him. He was there with his previous
Well,
wife.
what do you mean no one knew him at the time? Everyone knew him as soon as he came
Well,
in. They were
who-
writing books on
The,
him.
the guy,
people
the
were buying
people that,
glasses
the,
that
the,
that he
the
was
people
wearing.
that I was with, they didn't recognize him.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't recognize him.
Okay.
This was like right as well. I guess he was in the news already, but this was right when he
He
came.
was a superstar for a while.
Yeah,
in
but
Japan.
I think it was still like in the middle of him rebuilding Nissan. It wasn't like,
Okay.
he wasn't like the superstar yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
because, at one point, my friend who worked at Nissan told me when he interviewed people, for jobs, coming out of college, he says, a lot of the people's, why do you want to come work for Nissan is the question. A lot of them answered, because I want to work for Carlos Ghosn. I mean, the Japanese people. I mean,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they were, so
Right.
the guy was a superstar. So anyways, if you haven't heard, you must have been living
Did
under a
someone
rock.
ever give the, why do you want to work for Nissan? It's because I want to learn how to escape from being imprisoned in my home, and I think you might have someone here on the inside that could show me.
I don't think they knew that was going to happen yet. 'Cause that
I'm
was
just
like
saying,
years
maybe if
ago.
they did,
So-
that would have been useful for them, and someone could have been like, oh yeah, this could be my intern.
So anyways, what James is talking about is Mr. Ghosn was caught misusing, allegedly misusing company funds, paying himself a little too much, as in more than he reported, which is a crime in Japan. And he also used company money to, for his personal uses, like having homes redecorated or rebuilt,
Around the
all
world.
that stuff.
Around the world.
Do we
Yeah,
have
around
any
the world.
photos of those homes and what the interiors? I just wanted to see what his design chic was like.
I don't know.
Did he work with a designer, or does he do it all himself?
No, I'm sure someone does it for him. I mean, that's why. I mean, he.
I
you
mean,
know-
I'm not talking
You know,
about
he threw a party of. I think it was his.
He had his wedding at
daughter's wedding or something, or
Yeah.
at Versailles. I mean, he rented the whole thing out,
Yeah.
and he used Nissan money for it. But then he got caught for that. And he says, "No, I didn't use Nissan. I thought it was free, but Nissan." Yeah. So he had an excuse. But I mean, everyone. That's what happens. But
I mean,
anyways, he got
it's-
caught.
And at all my many weddings, I've always had my companies pay for them. I mean, I thought that was just part of the course when you just went in there.
My second marriage, I think I'm gonna have GT Channel pay for it.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, probably right here,
Second wedding?
or maybe third.
All right, well,
Who knows?
we'll
Okay.
book this room again.
But anyway, so he got caught, and in Japan, it's 99.5% of, I think, cases are become convicted.
Which is ridiculous.
Which was so it's
Which
pretty
is
much
close.
you're guilty until proven innocent. So Ghosn was not in a good spot then. They held him without I think grilling for 12 hours a day or 8 hours a day for I think April to about 3-4 months, and then they let him go on bail of $14 million.
Yeah, and he was
We're not
complaining
14
that-
million yen.
Yeah, he was
Four-
complaining that he couldn't see his wife for 6 weeks.
Oh, no, they would-
He
no,
had no Christmas, no New Year's.
No, he had a great Christmas, but no, but he was under house arrest, but he could not, no
Yeah,
contact with his
right.
wife, right? So it's pretty harsh.
Oh, yeah.
And if you ask me, I mean it's a little too much, but I mean that's the law, right? So Ghosn was allowed while he was under house arrest to leave for trips to his lawyer's office, right? He could get on the internet, he could use the gym, but his lawyers were only required to submit footage of his comings and goings once a month. That's it. So all you have to do is plan it around there, and you could probably leave undetected. So number one, that was bad,
How
right?
buff did Carlos get while he was just going to the gym then?
He looks pretty cut now.
I mean, it was pretty. I mean, I'm guessing it was mostly core workouts and yoga workouts. I think for his escape. I'm guessing.
Well,
A lot of yoga,
Hey,
probably, because he
maybe,
had to fit
maybe.
in that box. Did you see the size of that box?
we got everything.
You
Here.
got-
We got everything
All right,
here.
okay.
So,
Sam's gone deep.
Okay,
Tara.
Sam's
so,
gone
yeah,
deep.
we'll
Well,
go
it's
deep.
an expose.
Okay,
Deep in
so
that
guys,
box.
Okay,
so,
let's go.
so he
next.
left
Right.
while there was no surveillance, and went to the Grand Hyatt in Tokyo's in Roppongi, which is a great,
Lovely hotel.
lovely hotel,
Lovely
very
hotel.
expensive, lovely hotel.
Next to the
right, in
Pizzacaya.
December. He hired some help and took a train to Osaka, the Shinkansen, the bullet train
See,
to
that's what I guess. I was
Osaka.
telling someone the other day, like when he first escaped, I wonder how he escaped. I said, he
No, he
must
just
have left
walked.
from Osaka.
Supposedly, he had a mask and a hat.
And
Okay?
no one recognized him with
But-
those eyebrows?
But he was allowed to travel within Japan. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yes, he was allowed to travel, so he wasn't really doing anything illegal. But if someone saw him and they let someone know, then he'd just probably say, "Hey, you guys
I
you
was
gotta
just
go
going to my
back."
dentist in Osaka.
Exactly. So once he got out of the train, he went to a hotel.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if he was with one of these two guys here. One of them, the top one, is a former Green Beret who used to work in Lebanon. Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and
Can I just
he's
say-
a securities. He works for a private military company. I think. Securities. Yes.
I'm assuming he could probably find me and kill me in an instant, but that
Yeah.
does really look like a Tinder profile photo.
I think he's married. He's married to a Lebanese woman.
I'm not saying otherwise, but I'm
okay.
just saying that looks like a dating photo.
That doesn't stop you from getting on Tinder, though, just because you're married, Sam.
Whereas the one beneath,
Okay,
the
that's
guy
true.
beneath him, he looks like he's just going
looks-
into prison.
That looks like a
he's-
mugshot.
Yeah,
No,
he
that's
looks-
at the court.
no.
That's when you're being sentenced and you're going
he's
away.
wearing a uniform there.
No, that's someone else. So obviously, and that's probably another co-conspirator. But okay, so once he was at the hotel, he climbed in to the
Aforementioned cube,
cube,
travel,
the box.
shipping container.
And this is the one.
Yeah.
This is the actual one that Ghosn was in. They got it.
That's
Got
like
a photo of
a
it.
big.
It's for sound equipment.
Yeah, sound equipment,
It's
yeah.
speakers and stuff. So they
I'm
had.
just more concerned about the toilet paper behind.
No, this is probably in some kind
That's
of.
for him
storage
if
thing.
he's going to travel in that
But
box.
there's holes drilled underneath it, probably for him to breathe.
breathe,
Okay.
yeah.
So why
Did
they,
you
go
have
ahead.
got the reenactment that they did on Japanese TV of the hosts fitting in the box?
I did not see
You
that.
should. It is very, very great.
Really?
What's funny is Yamaha has put out a statement saying, "Please don't climb into our
They
boxes."
tweeted
It's
that
not-
out, right?
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
not
that.
safe.
Yeah.
So, but supposedly they used two of these boxes. The other one too. The other one had actual stereo
or whatever.
stereo equipment
Equipment.
in there,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
this one did not. So I guess maybe one just in case it got checked.
Why is it
Now,
so dirty though? Why is that like?
I'm sure it's
like
fingerprinted,
chalk?
everything. Come on,
Oh,
Taro.
yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
of
how
course.
they? Okay, so they left the box.
They don't need
then.
the other one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's in Turkey.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's probably in Turkey or it could be in Osaka. I'm not sure because Ghosn supposedly climbed out of the box while he was in the plane and sat in the back so the pilots wouldn't see him.
Oh.
Okay, in the
But it was a private jet though.
It's a private jet, yeah, but still, you'll see some more stuff here. I got some really
Tell us.
good stuff here.
Okay.
Wait for the expose here. The man is
Exactly,
on a roll.
Yeah,
Okay,
I know,
okay.
right? And then the reason why they used this box was the guys, our Green Beret guys, scoped out about 12 airports in Japan, I think, a dozen or so airports in Japan,
Wow.
seeing which one was the easiest one to get through.
get out of,
And
yeah.
the reason why they picked Osaka and this box is they go into this lounge. This is at Kansai Airport. And inside there, this is the lounge. Inside there is a metal detector, where security system, right?
Right.
That box doesn't fit through. So the guys did not check it.
So they
They
just.
didn't even open it.
Oh,
And they went through, and I'm sure they did a couple dry runs.
Right.
And they go, oh, they didn't open it. Okay. And they probably put the first one through because if they open it, the real stuff's in there, bring the other one through.
Yeah.
So that's what happened, okay? Very clever, right? Okay, so supposedly it says Ghosn got out of the box in mid-flight, and then he had to remain hidden from the flight crew, so that's why they say he sat in the back, okay? And then once he got into Istanbul, he took another private jet, which took him to Beirut. The reason why he stopped in Turkey is if someone found out about the Osaka directly to Lebanon, red flags might go up.
Yeah.
So the operative
They
says
could try to
we need
intercept it. Yeah. Right.
yeah, or have them, So we need.
So was
yeah.
it Istanbul or Constantinople?
I heard it was Istanbul.
I heard
Not
it was,
Constantinople?
No, well, it's Turkey. Either way, it's Turkey. Okay, it's Turkey. Okay. So, anyways, and they left the speaker behind in Turkey.
The
The
box.
speaker, the box. I'm
The
sorry,
box.
the speaker. Yeah.
And so is that when he used his Lebanese passport to?
No, here's another weird thing about this, okay? So the lawyers had all his passports. He has 3.
Yeah.
Le-
Except his Lebanese one.
No,
Though.
no.
He has 2 Lebanese ones.
No, he had a
right?
Lebanese one, French one, and a, Lebanese, French, and Brazil.
Brazil,
Yeah,
yeah.
he has those 3 passports. He's a citizen of all 3 countries,
Right.
okay? But supposedly Japan law says foreigners cannot be, in the country without a passport in their possession, either in their hand or in their house or whatever, but
Right.
in their possession. So the lawyers and Ghosn use this saying, we need to follow law here. So the court gave him a second French passport.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Is that
supposedly.
how it did?
So he used that to get into Lebanon. So the Lebanese says, no, he came into our country legally. So, you're not taking him away because, he came into the country legally.
Yeah.
So that's another something very suspicious.
Yeah.
With that, some people say, do you think the Japanese government wanted him to
Yeah,
get away?
Well, but the French
Because they've had enough of
but it's,
because he's
but if it's
causing
a
all
French
these-
passport, the Japanese government has nothing to do with it. The French
Oh, no,
embassy
but
issues
he's
passports.
under house arrest. They could say you can't have it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they said, no, okay, that's law, you can have it. So the
Right.
French, yeah. So that's the thing. If you got caught in the U.S. and you're even on Japanese passport, they'll take it away, so you're not a flight risk.
Yeah, yeah.
So they always considered him
Yeah,
a flight
it's,
risk.
it's
okay?
weird that they let him, that they let him issue, that they let the French government
Okay.
issue a second
Oh,
passport. to him.
and here is the jet that he was in. So it's a pretty nice jet.
That's from Japan or?
No,
from-
no, that's in Turkey.
from
That's the
Turkey?
Turkish jet. It's a
The Turkey
Turkish
one?
jet, private jet, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that he chartered, or him and his guys chartered. And that is the house he lives in now, right now in Lebanon. It's worth a few $1,000,000. And you know what's funny? Guess who's paying for the house right now, the rent and everything?
Nissan.
Nissan.
Oh my
And they're
God.
trying to evict him right now, but he ain't leaving.
God. He's not
Nissan-
leaving.
Yeah, Nissan's all over the Lebanese government getting him evicted. Yeah, he's still there. Yeah, he held
So
his
how
press
did-
conference downstairs, right there, in that brick by the garages.
Oh my
How
God.
did Nissan end up paying for his place then, Sam?
Well, it was always being paid for there because I mean that's part of the perks of the job. It's still in Nissan's name. And he's using it. The crass, the
The
pelotas.
gall, yeah.
Oh,
The
you know,
pelotas,
cojones?
really, the
Is that what it
cojones.
is?
cojones. So here's a little thing just to make you guys see. So number one, he leaves a hat and a surgical mask, and he was smuggled out of his home out of Tokyo, right, onto a bullet
And he
train
takes
to
a
Osaka.
bullet train, okay, so
Yeah,
he takes
so-
a bullet train
yeah,
like
well,
everybody else.
Yeah, and in Osaka, going boards a private jet inside a box used for speakers, which were not checked by customs staff. Got it? Number three, the pilot flew as much of his flight over Russia, around South Korea and China. I don't know why.
Well, why did he do that if
I
he
don't
was
know why.
hiding from
Japan?
the
I
crew,
don't-
though?
What?
If he's hiding
No,
from
there's something about South Korea and China aerospace that might have blipped. I don't know. But hey, we're the people who work underneath, in the Grammy. So number four, Ghosn arrives in Beirut, which is the capital of Lebanon, after changing place in Istanbul. It says Istanbul here too.
Istanbul, not Constantinople?
Yes. What is it with you, Constantinople?
You'll just find it later on, Sam.
Oh, okay. All right.
You just
I'm
Google
not,
it.
I'm not getting it
A
either.
direct flight to Osaka. Oh, see, a direct flight to Osaka, Lebanon would have raised suspicion. So, guys, now here we go. Okay, you're in Japan. I need to get you out. Okay, you're in Ghosn's shoes. I need to get you out.
Yeah.
How much do you think you're going to need for me to make this happen?
Well, let's be honest here. I mean,
First of all, you're going to forfeit your $14 million bail money, right? You
Yeah.
post bail. That's gone.
That's gone. Yeah.
Goodbye. Okay? So $14 million right off the bat, you're kissing goodbye. Okay?
Well, at that point, he probably figured.
Well,
with-
it's
with-
either
with
die or
with the
something. yeah.
Japanese justice system. I mean,
so
would you
but-
rather forfeit
so, hold on,
14
hold on.
or?
So he supposedly he was worth 120 million before he got arrested,
Mm-hmm.
right? So 120 million dollars. So you have 120 million dollars, 14 million. No, for your
For your freedom?
And you're 65. He's 65 years
Yeah,
old,
yeah.
right? Okay, so here's
freedom isn't free.
No, it is. So
It isn't.
this
Costs
is
folks
this is
like
what
you
they
and
say.
me.
This is what they say. The costs were probably involved in. This is not the facts. This is from someone in the securities and that kind of industry who
Okay.
says he probably needed about 25 people to help him
To
with
pull
this,
it off.
To pull this off.
The
you know?
logistics.
I mean, scouting airports around the world.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, these Green Beret guys. These guys.
I mean, look,
Where they met, they always staged themselves when when they needed meat in Vienna. So they're, all that travel cost is going.
Right, they're
all
expensive.
I'm saying is I've watched Ocean's 11. I know how many people it needs to come again to pull off a heist. This seems similar, so I'm betting that George Clooney, Brad Pitt, and Matt Damon were definitely involved.
They could be. Okay, but $350,000.
Of the 25, I'm just saying.
$350,000 for the private jet. That's the fact. That cost
okay.
from Osaka to Turkey. So if you guys want to go from Osaka to Turkey in a private jet,
It's $350,000.
$350,000. Right? Okay. And then they said with 25 people, the total cost he probably was $15 million.
Well, it's an escape of his life,
So-
Is
Oh,
that the
I'm
15,
sorry.
Is that the 15 plus the 14 or 15
No.
including the 14?
No,
No,
15
no,
plus
not
14.
inclu-
So we're
plus
talking
14.
29 million,
Yeah.
$30 million. But if you're worth $120 million, isn't $30 million worth it to
To be free, probably. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but look at him now. I mean, how much is that place that he's not paying rent in? I mean, he's getting some of that money back right now.
Yeah, we'll see.
saying.
Yeah.
Because he's
We'll-
not
we'll
paying
see.
rent.
Yeah, but then,
So how much is that a month?
He's saving.
$10,000 a month? $15,000 a
He's
month?
saving $10,000 a month.
so yeah, they say
Staying
his
in
fortune is now
company
at about $70 million.
lodge.
So so he probably spent a little more, here and there. Whatever.
I'm just looking forward to becoming when he becomes the leader of Lebanon and then has to go on a diplomatic mission to Japan.
Oh, I know. That's what everyone says. Okay, so
When he becomes the president
president of Lebanon.
right? 'Cause
Yeah.
They
What is
think
going to
he's
happen?
like a
He
hero.
can't go to Japan
No, he can't.
unless they arrest him, right? Now tell me, man, why? So a country as advanced as Japan, why don't they put those trackers?
Yeah,
Elbow.
ankle brace.
Yeah,
or,
I
you know,
mean they
whatever.
couldn't put it on Ghosn because Ghosn would say, that's unfair. You guys don't put it on anyone else. Why just me?
Yeah.
But why haven't they put it? I mean, they're almost asking people to, all right, if you could leave, go for it. So I'm wondering,
If they really wanted him to go,
yeah.
maybe they didn't have enough.
Because it was just too much. Because they might not have enough. And number two, yeah. So if he got acquitted, that would be a really bad look on the Japanese justice system because they think, right.
They're like 99. They
even if-
boast they're
yeah.
99%.
But even if he did get locked away, it's still a lot of focus and attention on the Japanese justice system as it is now. Maybe they just said, screw it, we don't want it. Let's
They don't
just
want him
let him
anymore.
go.
Yeah.
Was there a deal? Makes one wonder.
I just think
Or
it's
maybe
not-
they let him. They knew about it, but they just kind of
Uh-huh.
loosened the strings a little bit.
And yeah,
so-
some of my Japanese friends are saying the lawyers had to be involved, his lawyers,
Yeah,
even though
yeah.
they're denying everything.
Yeah.
But, they're calling it, just a travesty. But
the lawyer, buys a new place right next to your place in Hawaii. He's.
I haven't
he's-
bought it yet. But yeah, so.
Nissan's paying for it for him.
I wish,
Yeah.
man. But with all these things, because I do a lot of research on this kind of stuff for my books and stuff. There's always some stuff going on underneath that no one knows about. So anyways, that is The Great Escape. Now, who would play Carlos Ghosn in the movie? You know what my buddy said it has to be Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean, right?
Podspeed on GT Channel with Samitani, James McKeon, and Taro Koki.